Welcome, you are in my tarot playlist where in this video we will be doing a full moon reading for all zodiacs for this pink supermoon. It is the first of two supermoons that will be visible this year, and of course depending if there are no clouds overhead in your area. It is also known as the pink moon, even though the moon will have its normal appearance as it shows up in the skies. Before I get into interpreting these cards for all zodiacs, a little bit about the pink moon. According to the Old Farmer's Almanac in North America, April's pink moon takes its name from a type of pink flower known as the ground phlox that blossoms in spring. And other names for the April full moon is also known as sprouting grass moon, fish moon, hare moon, egg moon, and it is also known as the Paschal moon because it is used to calculate the date for Easter. Easter always falls on the first Sunday after the Paschal full moon. So therefore, that's one of the reasons why the date of Easter varies from year to year. Now, according to NASA, the reason that it is a supermoon, it's because the moon's orbit is closest to the Earth at the same time that it is being full. So supermoons are believed to be approximately 7% bigger and 15% brighter than a typical full moon. Now, when we go into the other aspects, spiritually, the supermoon emphasizes our hidden emotions. We already understand that the moon itself is about our emotions, our feelings. So now that supermoon is emphasizing those hidden emotions, those ideas and thoughts. Just like it's hard to ignore the elegant brightness of the supermoon, it'll be difficult to brush off those feelings that you are suppressing in the daylight. So expect to feel a little bit more expressive during this augmented state of the moon. So full moons are generally a time for releasing, a time for finishing projects, a time for letting go. This lunation is all about confronting our hidden agendas, our thoughts that we have been ignoring, and parting with ways with things that no longer serve us. Keep in mind also that this moon is in Libra. There's a sense and an urge for balance, a strong feeling to finish things, to let go of things, to prepare for new paths. That's where our balance is, in releasing the old and making way for the new. So the sign of Libra, being ruled by the planet Venus, is about creating balance, beauty, love, harmony, and keeping peace. So be prepared to be in situations that will draw you to a balance and harmony in your life. Now let's move on to a little concept of the number 4 as we are entering the number 4 month, April. And according to Pythagoreans, the number 4 is about order in the universe. It is about those 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water. The 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall. It's about the elements: water, air, fire, and earth. So we see the 4 points of the compass: north, south, east, and west. The 4 phases of the moon: the new moon, the half moon waxing, the full moon, the half moon waning. So 4 in general vibrates and represents foundations, stability, order, conscientiousness, determination, and justice. So as we let go of things with the full moon, we also step into the awareness of this vibration as we enter into all these concepts that embody the number 4, representing April. All right, before we get started, let's do a little crystal lore. And today's crystal and gem is beautiful fluorite. So here I have several versions of the beautiful fluorite. And as you can see, in its pure sense, it really doesn't have a color, but these do have either a blue tinge to them or a little green tinge to them. Now, the thing with fluorite, it tends to be a colorless mineral and sometimes fluorescent and tinted with impurities. So it is found in veins and deposits from hot gases, and the fluorine in fluorite is used in a variety of chemical and manufacturing process. And the best known use of fluoride is in toothpaste and municipal drinking water to reduce the tooth decay. So fluorite is used as a flux in the smelting of iron and aluminum and in welding rods. So this stone is heralded for its spiritual detoxification abilities and its tendency to transform negative energy into positive energy. It also serves as boosting mental clarity and promoting peace of mind. So the origin of the word fluorite comes from the Latin word flux, which means to flow interchangeably. You can use fluorite as a visual cue to remind you to focus on your work and keep your mind on the task at hand, and encourage positivity, balance of the energies both physically and mentally. Let's get started with the reading. You can jump to your zodiac by going to the description and clicking on the timestamp. And in tradition, we will start with the zodiac corresponding to this month, which in new moon will go to Taurus. Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, all right, Taurus. Okay, Taurus, we have here the Tower represented by the number 16. And it seems, Taurus, that you will be presented with some crisis, and it's crisis that you are not going to be able to avoid. It is something that is coming to you to create a much needed change that apparently you have been ignoring. So we take a look at some number lore here as well, and we have the number 16. And in numerology, we can take the number 1 and 6, the core numbers of this number 16, and see what it's resonating. It's, in its sense, it's talking about the new beginnings, and also as it relates to love and family. So there could be crisis here in relationship to those two issues. It depends what resonates with you. Is it something in a personal love relationship, or is it something in the family unit, some crisis that is showing up? And then in general, the number 16 as the whole number that it is encouraging you or reminding you that you need to seek guidance, that guidance in regards to the physical plane here, the material aspects of your life here. So listen to your intuition, listen to the wisdom that is coming from within, from your angels, from divine source, so that you can know which choices you need to take, because there is a big turmoil happening in your life, and it is for a reason. So here again, when we look at the Tower, we see people here being thrown out, ejected. Something from above is causing distress, and it's really causing and ushering change. Something drastic is going to happen. It could be in relationship to, as we were talking with the number itself, is bringing a romantic situation that may be coming to an end, or it could be some signals about work. Something is happening at work that is creating stress, or could be a pink slip, or it could be in itself, some issues with money, and it could be a foreclosure or an eviction. Something is happening really at a very personal yet physical thing that is causing change in your life. Change, if you embrace it, can take you to somewhere better. God will open up new doors for you. In love, let's see how that's going to resonate. Passion, a magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. So if it's not with love, It could be that there is a new love coming in that's creating some stress in an old relationship. So pay attention to that message as well. And the moon message is being channeled through the new moon eclipse. It says, expect powerful change. Look at that. Expect powerful change. So that is being confirmed here. And from the good vibration, your message is, I am surrounded by angels. As I mentioned earlier, trust that divine guidance that is there for you. And you'll get through this rough patch. Okay, Gemini. Oh, we have here the Knight of Cups. Okay. The Knight, to me, represents the number 12. And with the energy of the number 12, again, number 1, those new beginnings, and number 2, duality, balance, diplomacy, adaptability, trust, following that divine life purpose. And so when we bring that number to its whole sense, the number 12, it represents those cycles. You've come to a cycle. You've experienced things in your past. You've experienced things that now are going to help you regenerate towards a higher consciousness, new knowledge, new wisdom. And with it, it's also vibrating with the energy of being able to adapt to new change and not to be hindered by old habits. We see here that the Knight is moving forward. The Knight is not looking back. We see the aspect of that number 12 also embodied in the imagery here that's helping us kind of look forward towards the future here. So when the number 12 appears, and this is what this Knight is telling you, Gemini, it's to look to different ways to enhance the things that you want, whether it's in love, it's in your physical self, if it's in your environment, at work, the things you want to do. Look for new ways to approach with new feelings, new attitude, new ideas. And Gemini, here, new things are going to be presented to you so that when these new ideas come, embrace them. It appears that news is going to come to you. And you see this because he looks like, this news is going to come on wings. So it's going to be offered to you, an opportunity. Could it be love? Could it be business? Could it be opportunities for travel and work? Now something new is arriving in your life, and it's going to benefit you, whether it's something or someone entering your life. Expect this opportunity to manifest itself in your life right now as a part of this experience that you're going through now in this season. So we see this messenger here offering an invitation, and it's up to you to choose to receive it. And it's going to have, as I mentioned, an emotional benefit to you. It is going to help you actually expand with your heart, and you're going to be passionate and excited about this. In love. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. Remember we talked about the cycles here with the 12 cycles? When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. And your moon message is in the reverse. So let's take a look at what the message is right side up. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. So be eager to see the end of a cycle. Remember, we talked about the cycle. So again, these cards are reminding you, yes, being that you might feel a little melancholy that this phase is over, but you know what? It's only opening you up to the new possibilities. And your final message, Gemini, I clear my energy field. Absolutely you do. As you clear your energy field, you welcome the new things entering your life. Cancer. Okay, Cancer, we have the Knight. As we mentioned also for Gemini who had a Knight also show up. The Knights, as I interpret it, represent the number 12. We have the vibration bringing this message of those new beginnings. And then with the number 2, about the duality, about balance, about trust, about your intuition. And also, as we bring the number to that number 12, we mentioned that with the number 12, it's about those past experiences. It's about cycles. Now, as we see this knight who's looking back towards the past, what is it, Cancer, that you're looking back towards? Are you going back on an idea that you want to fight something that you feel is worth fighting for? Let's find out more as we now look into the symbol of the knight itself. The knight represents the adventurous part of us, going out into the kingdom, going out into the world. But what is it, Cancer, that you want to go back to? Are you blinded by a certain way that you've been thinking about, something that you want fulfilled? You've been thinking about it passionately, but you're drawing this from the past. And you have to be very careful that you don't become blinded. As you see here, this horse here is like worried for you. The inner part of you is worried with the stubbornness that you may have, or the blindness, the blinders that you have put on about what you are so set on achieving. So be careful as you approach this situation that you have, that you don't create more problems, for yourself. So it's important to think before acting, to use some foresight so that, you can avoid the possible dangers. In love, you feel this fiery. Look at the fire. You feel it here with this heart here. Let's see what this message is going to have for you, Cancer. Transformation. Your relationship with another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So maybe you're fighting for something that you are wanting to keep in your relationship, and you know that it's worth it to go back there. So that could be. Let's take a look at the moon message being delivered by the cardinal moon. It says, be bold and make the first move. So here I could see this, Cancer, bring forth your emotions and be bold about sharing what you're thinking about in the situation. And your final message, okay, it's in reverse, so be cautious. It says here, I am light in the world. So remember how this was saying that, you've got to think twice. You might be a little bit aggressive here. So even though you may feel strongly about this, Cancer, make sure that you're following your intuition. Make sure that you shed some light into this matter so you have all sides of the story, so you can see more, and so that your light and your point of view can be carried with some reasonable balance to it, as we know this, because you've had an experience about this in the past. But here with the light upside down, it might mean that, you may not have all the information before jumping into this situation, okay? Leo. Okay, Leo, you're going through something that is really going to be life-changing, yet you are somewhat hesitant about taking full control. Why is that? So let's look at the numerology aspect of this card, the Chariot, represented by the number 7. So could it be because it's upside down or reversed that you're not feeling very lucky? The number 7's vibrations and energies are about collective consciousness and faith and that spiritual enlightenment, the spiritual awakening, that inner wisdom. So what is it here that you feel that you're kind of, something is holding you back? Maybe the deeper connection that you have is you feel lost. You feel like you don't have the ability to do the things you want to do, and you feel somewhat out of control. You don't feel very lucky, so to say. Maybe you feel that, the things that you're touching are just, not turning to gold, and that your timing might be off. So let's take a look now here at the Chariot itself. We see here, and remember, he was upside down. And in that sense, the Chariot himself, we see someone that is in tune. We see this beautiful yellow vibrating about spirituality and that enlightenment. And we see that he takes very minimal strength to move these sphinxes to take him forward, because he is guided, from within, the 8-pointed star and his rod. And so he has a lot going on here, but with it upside down, we see that he's lost that. And so it's reflected with the numerology aspect, the meaning on here. So it could be, Leo, that you might feel like you've lost your willpower, you have lost some confidence, your motivation, your direction. and something here is just throwing you off. Maybe because the goals that you have set for yourself maybe just out of reach. And sometimes what might be required, Leo, is to kind of go back to that drawing board and chunk down your goals to things that you can do. And when you start having some success in some of the smaller things that you can achieve that are within your control, then you begin to build up the confidence that, now you can do other things. So it is important that you yourself, use the super moon energy to bring you back into focus, so that as that energy of that moon is so close to you, that you can harness some of that and use the strength to, to accomplish a few things. So lying down and sitting back is not the real option, because life is going to drag you in any direction, and you might not be very happy where it's going to take you. Because you can take some control. And the part that you can control are your feelings. Start there. Okay. So here we have this one here with butterfly and transformation. This looks like an iris. And let's see. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So if this situation that's happening in your life, it could be that in love and in relationship, whether it's personal or business related, you might be suffocating the other person. Give each other some space. It doesn't mean that there isn't any love. It's just giving each other space to grow, to contemplate, and to come back stronger. Okay, so let me go ahead like this. Okay, the new moon in Libra, the moon message for you is coming through the new moon in Libra. It says here, a new romantic cycle begins. So this could be two things. If you are single, this could be a whole new opportunity. And I love how the moon in Libra is, because the full moon is in Libra. So this is for you, Leo, very true for you. And if it resonates, please let me know. And what this is saying is that if you're single, this is a new opportunity to step into this cycle, as you can engage into a very healthy place, as you've learned so much from the past, and this new relationship is going to benefit from that growth. Additionally, if you are in a relationship, relationships have those cycles of ups and downs. It's not always highs like it was in the honeymoon stage, but there are new amplifications and new cycles as you begin to know each other in the relationship, and allowing the spaces of that growth. Because when you give each other space, you can come back stronger. And your final message here is clear your karma. Absolutely. Clear your karma. Contemplate on some of these things that are stopping you from moving forward. And as you do that, guess what? You're going to be back in control again, okay? And I love it how it's got the scale here. Again, you see that? The scale, so that you can begin to balance things out. Leo, this is a real good message for you. Take heed. Let me know how that works for you. Virgo. Okay, Virgo. The moon in reverse. What is it that you are not working on? What is it that you are blocking for yourself? Because the moon wants you to dig deeper into self. Let's put this in the upside so we can take a look at the symbols and talk about the number influence here. So the number 18 is a blend of two numbers, the 1 and the 8. The 1, as I've mentioned before, is those new beginnings and the desire, motivation to progress forward towards those projects and your self-leadership, your self-growth. In the number 8, we have the energy of manifesting abundance and wealth and karma. So here we see a lot of good things that's coming together as this number comes together to bring you this vibration and help you bring forth encouragement and support to manifest things, to make things happen, to move towards your goals in a positive way. Virgo, you may find yourself getting closer to some of your bigger goals and finally seeing what I would call the fruits of your labor and these are now tangible things. So here, the number 18 suggests that you're also nearing an end of a cycle. And as soon as you embrace all of this, the new opportunities will begin to appear in due course. So just remember that this message did come in the reverse with this number 18. So as we now look at the symbols, let's see how the number and the images will resonate for you. So Virgo, keep in mind that this message is in reverse. And as we see that these things are trying to emerge, it's like you've been holding back on some feelings, maybe some negative, maybe some darker aspects of yourself. Maybe there's some situations that have happened in your life and you're still kind of not feeling so ready to move forward with it, even though you want to make progress. But you know what? Not until you can clear up this, and I'm not going to call it karma or these negative emotions, not until you get the anxiety and the fears of seeing that you can overcome, and that you know, being aware of what's going on is a big thing. Sometimes people are oblivious to the things that they can control. But the biggest step is when you are aware of what is happening. And then you can move forward in the direction. But slowly, if you allow the light of the moon to show you the way, to guide you, you can get through. Have faith. So there are some things that are going to be hidden from you. And there are some things. So Virgo, as you move through the month, be special alert to things that may be hidden, things that might have double entendres, and open up to allowing yourself to embrace the feelings and just liberate yourself through this experience of self-discovery. And soon you will be seeing things in a better light and you'll be able to move forward. So pay attention to things very carefully as you move through the month, Virgo. As I said, there could be things that not being told to you 100%, or it could be things that are hidden, or things that are going to need more of your attention before you make a decision. In love, trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So you remember when I said here, when you embrace and you acknowledge your place in the situation, your place in the drama that's unfolding, and you accept what is happening, then you can begin to look for ways to deal with it. But until you choose to stay blind to what's there, you know, like an ostrich sticking their head in the ground, you're there in the place, but you can't move, then, you know, you're helpless. But when you realize that all you need to do is stick your head out of the ground, then you can take action and see what's going on. So it's pretty similar here. So we need to pluck our heads out of the ground and trust that once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Your moon message, Virgo. Okay, and here we have this message for you, brought to you by the energy of the new moon in Aries. And it says, it's time to take action. Remember, taking action. You can't stay blind. You've got to stick your head out of the ground. So this is resonating. And you've got to trust that once you acknowledge the situation, once you accept things, then you can, okay, what do I got to do here? It's time to take action. And the Moonology, my light attracts light. So here we go. We see that when you have awareness that you can bring light and you open your eyes, because imagine that your eyes are like flashlights, and Virgo, you open your eyes, you are allowing your light to attract light. Okay, so let's get with that program, Virgo. Libra. Pretty cool energy for Libra because we've got the moon in Libra. So my Libras, what do you have? Balance already. You are in season. We've got the number 17. Okay, a lot of good vibration here. We look at our number 17, the 1 and the 7, the new beginnings with the spiritual awakening, the good luck, auspicious good number here for manifesting good fortune. And so with the number 17 all put together, it's encouraging you to follow your intuition, to connect with your higher self. And it is right to take action only as it serves your soul purpose, and you'll know because it feels right. So move on with all the positive attitude that you have. Use your arsenal of positive affirmations, and you will be able to begin to manifest the things that is in your heart. You'll be able to take them from within and bring them to land and manifest. You have a little messenger here. So as we continue to look at the symbols here of the star card, we are getting a sense of renewed purpose, renewed strength and power. So we have a new direction, Libra, to move forward. You are getting so many blessings, and there's going to be a lot of helpers, a lot of things that are going to help you through. And keep in mind, just as you see this individual here, they hold the power. They hold the power to get what they want. And you just need to have the courage to bring it out. So as we look at the star, it is a message of hope, that dreams come true. Follow your star and have the faith that the universe will bless you and bring forth all that you need. Because this here, the star, is kind of saying, hey, you've been through a lot of challenges, especially recently, and you've managed through your attitude of hope, your attitude of faith. Yes, you may have suffered some setbacks, but what has happened is it has allowed to help reveal to you your inner strength. It's beautiful. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. So here, as you've been through this, nourish your fountain, nourish yourself. Okay, full moon, surrender to the divine. How beautiful. When you take a step back, you're allowing the force to fill you up again, so that you can give and create and manifest. How beautiful. Ah, what? You are a divine facet of the universe. All these beautiful messages are for you, Libra. Receive it. Receive this as the star is mentioning the blessings are coming your way. And as you acknowledge that you are a divine facet of the universe and surrender to that, give yourself to it and allow yourself to receive these blessings. And don't push too hard. You know, it's okay to take a step back and receive this bounty. Scorpio. Scorpio. Okay, number 8, Scorpio. We're looking here at this message and the different phases of the moon. And it could also mean that you might be walking away from something in order to kind of transition to something better. And you see that you do have the ability to do that, and you have the emotional strength, because we've got the 8 cups here, and you're leaving something behind. Yes, there's a sense of, forlornness here, but because we have the color red, you have the courage to do just like a caterpillar and transform into something beautiful. And you are ready for this transformation in your life. You are right at that spot, and you're willing to let go of this here that just felt stagnant for you. It wasn't inspiring you. It wasn't motivating you, and you've gotten everything that you could out of it. With that number 8, that's what it means. You've reached whatever this experience could have offered you, and you're ready, much stronger. And you have support because you've got the staff to move forward to these new experiences. So there is a sense that you are tired of something, and you are coming to the realization that you need to step away from what is familiar and to something unknown. And that's okay, because you're not growing anymore here, emotionally, mentally. There's no challenge, but it is a choice. And it is you realizing that happiness is not here because you've already created this. You are ready to, what do you say? Spread your wings. Ooh, look at this. What do we have in this relationship here? What do we have here? Forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events. Stop focusing your energy on past events. For life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So you're coming to this realization that you have created this, and perhaps it's time to forgive so that you can move on. Interesting, Scorpio. Your moon message in reverse. What does this mean? Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. So it's because it's in reverse, maybe this is about moving away from love or from something that you need to forgive so you can move on. Isn't that interesting? How will you activate that? Another one. Oh, wow. I am supported on my path. So this is kind of interesting because this person is on their path, and maybe you're Scorpio, you're thinking about this move and you're not sure about it. Well, here is this message saying, hey, stop with the indecision, Scorpio. Hey, move on, forgive, and know that you are supported on your path, on the choices that you're going to make. How does that resonate? Let me know, Scorpio. Sagittarius. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. We'll put the right side up here. As I've mentioned in previous videos, to me, the Queen represents the number 13. And only because when you look at the deck, the minor deck, it has the cards 1 through 10. And then when we have the court deck, which is this, the king, the pages, the knights, the queens, and the kings, if you go into succession, the pages would be 11, the knights would be 12, the pages would be 11, the knights would be 12, the queens 13, and the kings 14. And then you have the major arcana deck. So here we have the Queen of Pentacles, and if we look at the number 13, the vibration of that number has the numbers of 1 and 3. The number 1, those new beginnings, moving forward, striving towards that progress. The number 3 relates to optimism, growth, self-expression. So we bring those two numbers together. It's saying that, hey, and maybe at this time, there are some things that are going to show up in your life that are going to offer you new experiences. Because you see, the number 12 is about cycles and experiences. So when we move on to the 13th, these new things are going to show up in your life that are going to be groundbreaking, new territory that you're going to be jumping into, new opportunities. And it's as if you're being guided to these things. You're not forcing it. They're just kind of showing up in your life. So when we see that this queen showed in the reverse, in its symbols itself, the Queen of Pentacles, when she's in the reverse, it might be that you are somewhat disconnected. You might feel disconnected from those goals. You might feel disconnected from achieving the things that you want to do. It's like it may seem that the goals that you have set seem a little bit far distant for you, because perhaps you're just absorbed in one thing and you're not seeing everything. You become a little bit kind of selfish and too focused on yourself, your home. And so possibly as we see this queen who in its beautiful state has everything and she's in control of everything, now we see that something's come up. Something is not as easy as you thought it would be, and you're losing grip. Maybe losing grip of your own self. Maybe taking care of yourself is becoming just too much because you're focused on putting your attention somewhere else over here, and you're just becoming one-tracked, one-minded. And that this material focus is really not helping your spirit side. It's really taking away from the beauty and the beauty of the journey, the beauty of, you being able to just be genuinely happy. So it's a matter of becoming aware of the stress that is in your life, becoming aware of this pursuit that you have, and kind of stepping yourself back, as I would say, take off your shoes and go ground yourself and feel that connection with Earth, feel that connection with your journey, feel that connection with your higher self, with Source. And that way you can begin to realign your priorities and have a normal flow of things and not forcing things the way that it seems right now for you. Because maybe you're just too busy with too many projects. Okay? So it might be time to consult with someone that can guide you and help you see things differently. Okay, this almost feels like that self-care here, that this showing that might be neglected here. So let's see. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. And maybe, as I could see here, I get it. You've been too focused on your mind, the material things, and you've neglected your heart, your passions. Sagittarius, what is the moon saying? Okay, 2 more cards in reverse. What is it? A message from the fixed moon. Hold your vision. Hold your vision. So lost your way here. So this is confirming you may have lost your vision, lost your way, lost your heart. Okay. I make way for miracles. But when you find and you reconnect, as this is suggesting, reconnect with, these things here. When you reconnect, then I make way for miracles. Will you do that? I love it. There's hope. Okay, Sagittarius, that was yours. Let's do Capricorn. Oh, well, if this isn't a Capricorn that's saying that he's not a Capricorn, what's going on here? Because, well, I usually associate Capricorn with the Emperor only because it's got all these earthy elements. And even though we have what appears to be rams, the earth brings it back down to having the fire, if you want to associate with the ram, and all these earthy elements that let you associate that with the Capricorn. So when we look at this card as it was coming in the reverse, and we contemplate on the energy of number 4, which resonates with the vibrations of practicality, justice, patience, organization and foundations, and even mastery, they're saying that April is going to come in for you, Capricorn, giving you opportunities to address that for yourself. The development of your character, the development of that part of you that helps you become stronger and you have neglected. So you're going to be given opportunities to do on what I call work of the soul, work for your karma, and to set that tone up for the future. And a beautiful message indeed. The Emperor in reverse is only saying that maybe you have neglected or abused your authority, your power in your social life, in your circle. And maybe you have been guilty of being overbearing. For you, it could be that you're coming to a place realizing that you have no control and you feel powerless over a situation that you are, dealing with right now. And it could also mean that, you are not stepping in to the greatness that is you, and you need to step into that. Step into that energy and, stop procrastinating and realize that you have the power. You have it all. You just don't want to take the responsibility that comes with that authority. And it's so much easier just to blame everybody else. And perhaps there is something that you want, but you're lacking the self-control to handle what needs to get done. Because when we see this in the reverse, everything else seems to be controlling you. Everything else, you have everything overpowering you. And there is a part of you that wants to have some type of control over things that you can control. You just don't know how to do that. You realize this power that you do have because you have a duty. You have something to fulfill. And this is not for you to look at the past and the things that you may have lost and the suffering that you may have caused. This is about realizing that you can be made new and whole again by the choices you make. Okay, love. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light. Hello, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light. That's affirming this message, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. That is what is there for you. And just imagine it. As you imagine, and as a man thinketh, so is he. The moon message, Capricorn. It's in reverse, so we've got two messages in reverse. Adjustments are required. So it's coming from the third quarter moon message, adjustments are required. So what is it? And the thing is that self-work, character work can only be done by you, by the person. So you need to ask yourself, what adjustments do I need to make so that I can get strong again? Good question, right? If you can answer that, you are making progress. See? My high vibes heal the world. And you might think, well, how is it that me taking care of me can help the world? It's you feeling good and the energy you can put out and give to the world. Why not? Choose to create yourself into a viable seed. Aquarius. Okay, the 8 of Swords. So it seems, Aquarius, that you are struggling with something in your mind, and it has to do with material things. It has to do with attaining something, because the number 8 refers to those things, abundance and manifesting. I ask you, Aquarius, what is it that you feel that is tormenting you? What is it that seems impossible about what you want to achieve? Where have you misplaced your self-confidence and your ability to just execute the things you want to do? So something is holding you back. You're feeling some type of block towards, you achieving something financially, or achieving a deal that you're trying to get to, or achieving some type of wealth or investment that seems to be, somehow not coming to you. And it's all in your mind, because if your mind can't see it, then your eyes can't see it. So it's your ability now to just stop the stinking thinking and, change that, so that you can expand and burst out all the power that's in this number 8. Okay, well, here we go. Let's look at the number 8, Aquarius. So the number 8 is the number of abundance, of a manifesting, of growth, and just general self-confidence and achieving things. So when we look at this now as the card itself, and it did show up in the reverse, but let's again look at the imagery. We see a big castle in the background back there. We see water here. We see this person tied up and binded also in their eyes, so they can't see. And these swords represent thoughts and mind, the air itself. And so here this person is binded, but Aquarius, guess what? You have been able to free yourself. Something that was blocked, somehow information that wasn't clear for you is now, I can see clearly now, the clouds are gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. And you know what? Sometimes that's what's important, to be able to see, because if you can't see, then you don't know how to maneuver. So the good thing is that there is freedom, there's mobility, and now what was hidden, even in your mind, now is available to you. The information is available, people are available, things are accessible, and you're feeling good about it. That's where that water comes in. I see a lot of beautiful signs here on this tree. Time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. So as you could see, now that you can see things, whether it's in this relationship or in this activity that you want, now give it time. Now that you see, now you've got a plan. And as you plan, you'll be able to move forward. So just give it time. Don't work too hard at it. You've just give yourself some slack, because you just found out about all this new things, right? Okay, another card in reverse, and it is the Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. new moon in Capricorn. So here, remember it is in reverse. So it's all about slow down, give it time. You don't need to work hard. Right now, it's about time. It's almost like when you either set concrete, you've got to wait for it to settle, or when you're making a delicious stew, you put in all the ingredients. It doesn't taste good right away. You've got to give it time. So your final message, Aquarius, choose kindness. So now that you know what you know, now that you know what you know that you didn't know before, as you give it time, choose kindness. No judgment here. Choose kindness. No judgment. Pisces. Pisces, we start with the number 1 as interpreted with the Ace of Wands. The number 1, as represented with aces, relates to the number 1. The vibration, again, as I mentioned before, it's about new beginnings, creation, independence. You just being creative here and putting everything forth. This whole inspiration coming from within and letting you know that these new ideas are going to come to you. Creativity comes from within you. So these are a lot of good things are going to show up. And so here it's about you finding your voice, you creating a place where you are, you stepping in and just realizing that you can develop your vision, your plan for the future, and that you have the willpower, the creativity to make it happen because you feel that this is coming from such a beautiful, raw place that it's just a matter of you putting it out there. And that's your time to put forth your ideas that are coming to you. And whether it's being revealed through a dream, through conversations with others, through collaboration, through nature, whatever it is coming. Receive these ideas that are coming to you and bring them forth into the world. Okay, from our Lover's deck. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. So, in relationship to this Ace of Wands, just know that be sincere in what you bring forth. All right, so beautiful messages coming through. Let's see what the moon message gives you. Okay, it's in the reverse, so let's pay attention why it's in the reverse. Meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. So as it's in the reverse in relationship to this Ace card, it's pretty much saying that things are going to come to you effortlessly. You don't have to really think too hard about things, and receive this fertile time, especially here during the time of spring where things are just popping up. And with you, Pisces, there's going to be a lot of good vibes your way. So you don't have to contemplate too much. Just receive the things that are showing up as gifts from Source. I was called here on a mission. How strong can all of this mean? It is time for you to take action with the ideas that are coming your way. You don't have to sit around too much with it, and know that there is, collaboration, that others will align with you, and know that you are called here on a mission. And finally, Aries. All right, Aries. Okay, the Page of Cups. The page represents the number 11, and the number 11 in numerology is known as one of the master numbers. Resonates with the energies and vibrations of spiritual awakening and enlightenment. It's a high energy number. And so here it's about letting you know that things are connecting for you. You will be receiving some help, a relationship, or something that is coming to you at this moment. A message, a news, a person will come your way to bring you some good news. And very positive. So Aries, when this shows up for you, be open, as the Page of Cups is letting you know, reminding, hey, new ideas are going to come your way this month, in the next 30 days. And some of it is going to either come through others, or some of it is going to come through just that divine intuition that you're going to be feeling. So stay open to embracing all these new things and expect goodness your way. Expect adventure, expect opportunities to open up, expect relationships to be there. Everything working in the grand scheme for your plans to come through. Okay, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. What a beautiful message for you in your love department, to let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. The Moon card, it's in the reverse. So what is it saying? Prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So here, let's make sure that we are resonating. And, maybe in the past, you've been struggling for some time for things and you're just thinking that maybe that luck isn't for you. Well, guess what? Maybe you have stopped chasing your dreams and thinking that you didn't deserve it. Well, guess what? You need to activate and know that you need to listen to your intuition. And that you can follow your calling, because what? Prosperity lies ahead. So really beautiful message, resonating what needs to be done, and that you need to really, follow your calling, follow your passion. Okay, and in relationship, understand that your sexuality is sacred. When it comes to sexuality, that it's beautiful, that it's raw, and either you can use it for your pleasure, or you can use it as a vehicle that lets you transmute that energy and you put it into something that you're passionate, and understand the strength of that and how sacred it is. Don't just, give it away. Understand it's sacred. All right, let's take a look at the final message for the full zodiacs. We'll use our angel deck. Meditation. Okay, being that this card came in the reverse for all my zodiacs, guess what? We're being asked to slow down and take time every day. Make it a challenge. Meditate. Could be 2 minutes, could be 15. You choose. But take time. Put time for your dreams, for yourself, and to be in the now. Everything else will fall into place. Be blessed.